Hello there. What's up, everybody? I didn't hit mute this time, so I didn't have to take it off mute this time. What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Wednesday, my fellow collectors. It is your good friend Kenzo. It is Kenzo Wednesday Live. We're here in the toy room, and guess what? I flipped the table around. So now instead of Cat's Lair, we've got Eternia. We've got my mural kind of covered up with stuff, and then I don't know, this little thing here. But I'm done talking about the Crystal Castle. I'm gonna put it in the corner and let it sit there now. The thrill is gone for me. It's just gone. So how's everybody doing tonight? Are we hearing me okay? Do I have to check on my phone, make sure? Let's see. It's just gone. Yep. I'm sounding okay. So, oh man. Let's just talk about tariffs the whole show. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I think by the time Wednesday comes around, oh, sorry, Allison here. Damn it. Just because the thrill is gone for me. With my luck, I'll pull it and it'll just fall. There, at least it's in picture a little bit, right? Oh, there it is. Okay, now that I'm done talking to nobody, because if somebody's watching on the replay, they don't know what the hell's going on with the chat. Let me jump into the chat and say hello to some people. My buddy's Customs is here. Welcome, sir. I really appreciate you joining us. Bud has something very important to tell us. He has some very important advice. Never trust a fart. And I can tell you that I don't, and I never will. I've told my son this many times. Don't trust it, because the second you do, you're in big trouble. Especially with me, with my gallbladder issues, there's no way I trust a fart. Absolutely not. You get a feeling where you're like, oh, and you don't know which one it is, so you just don't trust it. Absolutely don't trust it. Moving along. G.I. Jetman, how are you, sir? Welcome in. I appreciate you joining. God, man, you guys are awesome. Who's this idiot? Some idiots here. Oh, he's got a cool looking kid, though. Allison Troy, it's the Hey Beast Man's on. I don't know. I don't know. Was it because of my shirt? It's not, I changed my shirt because I was kind of out and about today, and I figured, I'll just put on a fresh one. We got Frankie Rivera. Welcome. He's got a logo on there, and I have to look at my phone to see what it looks like because StreamYard sucks. Oh, cool. It's my logo. Gady's Toys. What's going on, Andrew? Welcome in. And here is why I moved back into the camera, because Allison was here for the castle. And I understand that because it's pretty cool. It's a lot cooler than I am. Did you see the Dark Crystal Castle? No, I did not. Is that out? Available to print? Holy cow. I could imagine. Cobweb Collector is in the house. Welcome, sir. Yo, just got vintage Zodak in today. I should get mine tomorrow. What's really funny is I had to reorder it in order for it to come into the system. My pre-order is still there, sitting there. So I reordered it, a new one, and the new one says it'll be here tomorrow. So whatever. Stupid. Before you talk about tariffs, I will need to see your economics degree. Well, I don't need an economic degree. I got a high school diploma from John Mall High School in Walsenburg, Colorado, and we learn lots of stuff there. We got maths real good. We got economics real good. We got smarts real good. I got some diplomas from there, and I know how to add and stuff. And so I know that tariffs are bad because bigger numbers mean more money. I know. I'm staying away from it. You know what? I said a little bit about it, on Friday or maybe last week, and all I said was it's just a big flex our manhoods on each other, and we're like, look at mine, and they're saying, look at mine, and then we just need to come together and fix it. And that's, as our good friend Forrest Gump always said, that's all I have to say about that. So yeah, there's a new tariff in town, and it's not me. Mr. Tase T. Kake is here. Do you ever trust a fart? Because I think you said you're kind of gassy at work. So I want to find out if you trust that fart at work. Oh, goodness. 4 hours and 4 minutes stream, going to bed. See, dude, see how you are? You need to cut out an hour so you can join me. You are a moderator, sir. I cannot let you leave. You need to stay here for the 2 hours that you signed up for as my moderator, or I'm just going to jump out of yours after an hour or 5 minutes. I'm just going to say, hey, good live. I'm out of here. See, you can't just, this is not a take and take relationship, brother. We got to do a little bit of both. Just kidding. I don't give a fuck. Go to sleep if you want. Yeah. Quick work. The guys in the house. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome in. Yes, we are going. Well, I know as a fan, I know what I want and I know what I'll say because sometimes I'm an overzealous fan like that. But Zubac is going to be probably one of the biggest, strongest defenders against Jokic. But I think all that's going to do is make him play harder and he's going to just I think he's going to get a lot of assists. I think we're going to have a lot of triple doubles, and I think we take him out in 5. Everybody's picking the damn Clippers to win, so I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, stupid Cobb. I don't know what the hell's going on. Joey, my rock star good friend Curiel, welcome in, sir. I appreciate you joining. Hit that like. Yes. I appreciate it. So I love cheese. Cheese is good. I eat a lot of cheese, but it doesn't do anything. My poor little dog, she's just looking at me like, what is he doing? Why is he talking to no one? I'm sorry, honey. Come here. You want to say hi to me? Oh, she's just looking at me. So I have a project completed and I want to show it off. I did a little video, but I haven't posted it yet. And it's not my favorite work of myself, but we always say we're our own worst critic, right? I don't know if you remember a while back, like 2 years ago, I did what's up, Ray Black? Welcome in. Thank you for making me half official in my Toy Tube, show. But yeah, so I had it was hot in Pueblo. Yes, it was. Well, I mean, it's not hot comparatively to what it normally is. What was it? 81 was the high, I think. It's 75 right now. So compared to what we normally get, but yeah, in the springtime, it was pretty warm. It was pretty warm today. I went out shopping a little bit. I ran to Ross. I actually ran into somebody at Ross that was talking toys and says he really likes watching YouTubers do hunts and stuff. And I said, well, come on over. So you might see him in the chat today. We'll see. It's pretty cool. So my little project that I've been working on, like I said, I didn't use any decals that maybe I should have to make it look a little better. It was just a straight repaint. It's a vintage toy. And I can't ask anybody to guess because Allison has seen it. Allison, you're the only person that's seen it. So actually, there's 2 people that saw it. You saw it, and Joe Amato saw it. So here we go. Don't be too hard on me, people, right? You can if you want. I don't care. So I made an Attack Track Horde Edition, and I used Lovely Evil Horde's little logo that he had on Hordak's chair, and I just printed that by itself, and I put it on the front as kind of its little logo there. And then the tracks are the wackiest, where I did the silver and red. Just, I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna go big, right? Make it nice and loud. I made most of the rest of it pretty dull. I didn't do too much of colors or anything like that, obviously being the Horde. And then I put a smaller one on the back. And yeah, so that is my custom. Oh, I didn't paint the inside of those. I guess I'm going to have to do that. I didn't even think. Haha, it's still purple. But nice thing is it still works, still runs. But that's funny. I keep seeing that purple. Now it's going to drive me crazy. So I guess I'm going to go downstairs and paint that. So I'll see you later, guys. No, just joking. But that was my little project I had worked on. I did print out Yurko's designed a horde. Man, what was it? It's a Hordak or it's an evil horde like flyer, but it's an individual piece. Before I jump down, I've got Nolan. So I've got double toy tube official. Jetman thought it was good. Nolan thought it was good. And Joey says, meow. Thank you. Oh no, Mr. Home Arcade, not meow. Oh my God, that shit looks good. How's that? How did I do? He's going to be in here. He's going to give me shit. Don't be doing my voice. He's going to tell me. You've got a package coming. If you are here, Home Arcade, you do have one coming. So that was last week's super chat winner of the first annual. Whoever does the most super chat gets a prize thing. So I've changed my rules, guys. I know there's only how many in here. I gotta look here. Oh, 15. So there's not a gigantic amount, but just so we're up to date on that. My plan right now is going to be top 3. If we get to 25, top 3 super chats, get on a wheel. And then I think just to be fair, as far as just kind of the top person should have some sort of an advantage, maybe just a small advantage. I would put 2 spots for the first place super chats, and then I would put 1 spot each for second and third. So we'd have a wheel. I've also had a I've also had a suggestion that maybe anybody that's over 10, but I mean, if my channel's not big enough for that right now, so I'm thinking if we get to 25, we'll just do top 3 and twop. Did I say twop? I'm kind of messing around getting Allison's little accent there. Twop. My top 3, Todd. The top 3 at the end of the show, I've got a wheel on a page that Joe Amato helped me out with, and it's going to be Wheel Decide is the page that I'm on, and we'll put 4 people on the wheel. We'll put 3, and then the top guy will be on twice. So the top guy will have a 50% shot, and the other 2 will have a 25% shot. But either way you look at it, you get to, as Bud put it so eloquently, play, or you pay to play, not pay to win, which I like that. I do like that. But what do I know? I'm just some bitch. No, dude, don't no one ever feel obligated to do anything. Like I said, I'm just doing it as a side thing because super chats are an option. And for me, I don't ever want to do, like, I don't feel like I should accept any sort of super chats if I'm not going to do something back that's more than just thanking people. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, it's more of I'm going to thank you in the way that I know how. And that's going to be a blind box of parts. And, you know, that's, and ultimately, and this one is still on the table. If we do get to that point today, this is going to be an extra add-on with the Crystal Castle in crystal. And it's got the little light going on it too. And that light, I did not take that little paper off. So it's still brand new. But anyway, so yeah, no, G.I. Jetman, please do not apologize. Like I said, this is not something that's ever required, and don't ever feel like it. I'm just adding it to the fun. This is going to be my standard show. All that stuff is just there just for fun. And if somebody's like, you know what, shit, I could use some extra parts, then hey, bonus, right? So anyway, so after I got that one done, so I checked I did my my hunt, and I did find wave 6 of Turtles of Grayskull at Wally World. So that was pretty nice. We have Mr. Wraith Mace is the hammer. What's up, buddy? Welcome in, sir. Appreciate you stopping in to say hello. But yeah, so I did see that in the Walmart. I did get another Ninjor, and Yeah, another Ninja. I got another Ninja because that's kind of, I figured for me, that's the best one overall. And then also it would be pretty cool for a custom, right? I don't think that would be too bad for a custom. So, and I was pretty surprised just to see it because actually where I got it, I think I ended up having to get it from Walmart. So, just one of those things, you get stuff from Walmart, you end up paying $30. Granted, you don't pay shipping, but you're still paying $30. And if it was it's 19 at Walmart, 1970 or something like that. 1978. No. So I was pretty happy about that one. I did get a couple Ross pickups. Come on, man. Knocking. See, I put that thing too close to me now and everybody's falling. Oh, he dropped his weapon. My little boojaboo weapon that I printed out. The little horde bow. Definitely looks a lot better with the weapon, I think. Oh. The other thing about being in Pueblo is, and having an old house with a swamp cooler, when it gets to these days like today with 80 degrees and this is an upstairs room. When I'm downstairs, everything's great because downstairs is about 10 degrees cooler than it is up here. So when I have my stuff going on downstairs, I'm chilling, I'm relaxed, I'm good. But this stuff up here is not, I'm not feeling it at all. I need to get up on the roof and get the swamp cooler going. Oh. Okay, so my first pickup from Ross a couple days ago, or was it yesterday? Was a couple days ago, was the Superior Iron Man. Full $5.99. He looks pretty cool. That's not bad. So, and of course, this is all the Build-A-Figures that it has with it. I do have a couple of these. I do have the, God, my eyes, man. I'm so blind. I have the Black Winter Thor, and I have Khazar. Yeah, and then this one. So I do have 3, but I don't see any of the... Oh, so he doesn't... This is the one that doesn't have a Build-A-Figure with it. How stupid. I don't even know why it has them in the background if it doesn't have one. No! Why do I do this to myself? And then this one I only bought for a couple of reasons. So it was $6, but I was thinking with this, there's absolutely nothing extra that comes with it, and that was a little weird. But I was thinking if I want to do like some kind of mask custom, and I would just sculpt or figure out how to get the armor on there, do some custom on the armor. This one would be the right, I don't know, not too beefy, I guess. This would be the right stature for a custom mask figure. Obviously, the head wouldn't be right, but. And then, actually, you know what I forgot to bring up here? I bought it, and I was going to show Oz, but Oz ain't even here. So I got a couple. They were $2.99, but I got a couple Ghostbuster figures, and it's the girl. Maybe a daughter of some sort, the blonde. She comes with the little orange ghost, I believe. I don't remember the name, but I did get a couple of those because they were $3. And then I got that little baby Fuggler, but I gave it to my son's mom. So I don't have that one. I gave it to her because it was like the cutest little thing. So, but all right. So jumping on, we've got people saying hello. We've got Dave's Dimensions in here. Welcome, sir. Hey yo to you as well. We got Frank Dumano. Work Hooked on Phonics worked for me. Dumano. Welcome. Yeah, Seth friggin' Rollins, right? Yeah, I'm not a big wrestling guy, but for $6, I mean, like I said, if I want to do a custom, I don't collect WWE or WWE. But there was no extras with him either. So, but I figured if I did something of a mold on top, and I don't know, maybe not, but I just thought the body wasn't too wide. I mean, I could use just classifieds if I want to do mask. Classifieds probably would be the best because they do have, I know the armor and the clothing and all that they have on probably would match up with mask a lot better. But I wouldn't mind doing like a 6-inch mask line. I have a lot of the helmets the masks that I've printed that I found online. So I don't know, something different, just something, I don't know. But custom Thanos, dude, we don't need to because they got that Valaverse, man. That Valaverse Thanos figure is amazing. Like, it looks exactly like him. What's up, Mendoza? What's going on? Welcome in, sir. Yeah, like, oh wait, no, we're talking. Cobweb said that. You know better, Cobb. I thought it was Wraith that said it. No, Cobb, come on, you know better. You know better. You don't need this one. Thanos has his own perfect figure. There's no other figure that will work for Thanos except that one. Sorry, I saw the logo in my brain. My eyes are so blurry. I didn't even realize it was Cobb saying that because Cobb knows. Cobb knows better. This one does I guess it could pass. It's got the beard and the hair. But I don't know. I figured something will work. Something will work. I'll just make a pumpkin head out of him. There you go. I don't know. But I did get, let me see if I can pull up that 3D print for you guys real quick. I want to show you that one. Don't make me log in again. Oh my God. I can actually just pull it up on the website that it's on. Let's see. Bear with me 1 second. My information should be on here. You gotta be kidding me. Let's see. I don't need to log in for it. I just need to find the file that he did. I'm getting there. Let's see. Maybe if I just do, what did your go? Let's see, collector. Let's just pull that one up. That'll be the easiest to find with his name on it. That way I can search the other stuff that he's done. Come on. Sorry, guys. I'm getting there. There it is. So I hate that all the stuff that I usually look at on my computer is downstairs on my tower. And so when I try to do something here on the laptop, nothing is saved and nothing is there. The sky cycle is what it is. So let's pull up Yurko's stuff here. Share my screen and booyah. All right, so here we go. So this is the Horde Sky Cycle. I have this one on my printer right now. So, sorry, it's loading. Come on now. Wow. Oh, come on. Why does it have to do this now? Sometimes this page does that, though. It takes a second. But anyway, so we'll do it in the smaller one, I guess. But so this is the pieces here. These are the parts that are printed out. So this one's one piece, this is one piece, and then here's what it looks like. And it's just a single little thing. That's kind of cool. So I have this printed. I just haven't pulled it off the printer yet, and I have to paint it and stuff. So, but yeah, this one is going to be, and this is what we see when we're doing 3D printing stuff. Like, we look at this stuff and we go 3-dimensional all the way around. If anybody's wondering, like, what does it look like as far as before? But it's literally just, like a three-dimensional piece. Oh, this one's not going to work for me, be a pain in my butt. Here we go. So this is a little piece where it shows it plugs in. This probably is the little foot rests here, both of those. Here's one of the side pieces. You can see the Horde emblem there. So not bad. So that was $5 for that file. So I'm pretty stoked about that one. So Yurko does it right. Definitely does it right. So oh man, this weather's been killing, and it's funny because we've had this warmer weather, but GI Jetman comes back and says it snowed again in Western New York. Holy cow. So I am getting to that point where now at least the weather's going to be a little consistent. I say that now, but I just remember I did watch the weather today, and they said this weekend we're going to get some snow. I don't know if it's going to be just in the high country and just the mountains, but Colorado's going to get some snow this weekend. I just don't know how much. And I know even not too long ago, it was Wraith was talking about that too. He had like 2.5 feet. So just nuts, dude. And Dave's over in Grand Island. And I can't even pronounce that. Man, I need to go back to school. Canandaigua. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I said that right or not. Yeah, that was bad. I have to go back and see that because I really thought you were... I just saw the black logo and I was like, oh, I thought that was Wraith and that, because I figured Cobb's not going to say that. Cobb knows. That's funny. So going down. We've got Playtime Returns. What's going on? Welcome in, my friend. This dude, man, if you guys haven't checked out Playtime Returns over on Instagram, he has got a collection to be proud of. Holy cow. He has got probably one of the coolest collections that I've ever seen. And he's a really good dude, real humble dude. So welcome. It's first time over to the YouTubes. I appreciate you being here. So we got SCS Dog. Aloha. Late check-in. Not really too much. I've only been managing to yap for about a half an hour. So, fishing weather. It's good fishing weather out here. I'll throw them back though. I'll catch them and I'll just throw them back in the water, man. There's Stanley. He is here. Grab your kids, grab your wives, and run. Stanley's here. What's up, Brick? Welcome in, sir. We're ready to talk sports now. I'm so excited that Brick showed up to talk sports. So, basketball, sports, nuggets, all that good stuff. That's my team, and I love them. So we're going to knock out those Clippers. All you people from California, you're going down. Actually, not just California, because you got the Warriors and the Lakers and, all those. So, no sports. No, we're not doing sports. I joke. Oh, well, just for people who just kind of jumped in late, let me show you my little project that I finished. It's okay. Not my best work. I did a little horde track here. So I took my attack track and I added a little bit of evil to it. And now it is driven by the sketchbook Hordak. And it works. But when I started this, I found out that I forgot to paint the inside of these purple things to black. So I'm going to have to touch that up when I get done, because I don't like that when it's holding. Of course, when it's riding it, you can't really see too much, but I don't know why I didn't pay attention to that. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Yeah, he's not bad. I've heard some people give him a little flack, but I don't mind him. Like I said, the Grizzlor's a little different with the tusks and shit, but And I know, I mean, this is the way I look at it. Just like that, the Battle for Eternia pack that they're doing or whatever, it's just like that Snake pack that they did. Yes, they're reusing parts, and yes, they're repainting stuff and putting it together. And yes, as I spoke with Joe today, he didn't really say much on the subject because I know how he is, but they steal a lot of stuff from customizers. But I think it's kind of one of those things where, yeah, that's how they load up. That's how they get the extra money, because they're like, well, these people are going to buy it. We don't have to do much to it. Let's make the money on it while we got the tooling, so we can make different stuff. And that's fine. If it's the ends justify the means. Do they need it? No. Are they a gigantic company that do they need it? But that's at least my rationale with the whole thing. So Target has the new wave cartoon collection and Catra, Faker, and Leech. Just a heads up. Sweet. So that's good. That's really good. And I was just saying before that that Walmart now has the wave 6 of the Turtles of Grayskull. So they have Clamp Champ, Ninjor, and the Turtle guys. So, but Clamp Champ and Ninjor definitely a must get. So thank you, Playtime Returns. Yeah, that's another thing. If you check out he's finding stuff. I mean, he's in a good area where he's close to a couple places that we frequented and I frequented online that had stuff a little early, but after a while, I think he kind of got that smack on the hand from Mattel, and he doesn't get things too crazy early anymore. He's not even sending the letters to tell you to shut up anymore. So I agree. Yeah, I'm not into the Grizzlord that much, but I really do. I like it, and he's got that cool. I took the belt off because he didn't fit in the attack track with the belt on, a little spiky belt. But yeah, his armor on the side. I mean, I like the shoulders, like the spikes on the shoulders. I like the little snarl that he's got, that little look on his face. Let me take the light out on there. So I like the look. It's not bad at all. And it's got the gun, even that weird pale green, yellow kind of jaundice color isn't bad. And the boots are good too. They have that extra little part that's kind of a new piece too. So, I mean, that's the other thing. So if they're able to do stuff like this with new tooling, granted, yes, I know they reused some parts, especially like on the Grizzlord and stuff, but they didn't reuse everything. I mean, obviously these things are, this is all new stuff. So would you really want to paint the inner track mechanism? Could that mess up? No, I wouldn't paint the inner track. Hold on. I would just paint this purple, black, so it doesn't get in the way. I'll leave the orange alone, but the inside piece, because I painted the outside black, just a flat black, and then I did this crazy silver and red. But the inside, I'll just paint it black. That way the purple kind of... You pop that back on. But the nice thing is that the battery worked great. All I had to do was 3D print a battery cover. A lot of those, if anybody has one that's missing, or if anybody wants to get an attack track and wants to save some money, and you can find one on eBay that's missing that battery cover, 9 times out of 10, the price will be lower. And just hit up your boy and I can print out a cover for you. So, Frankie Rivera is saying hello to Brick. And Brick is saying hello back. Yes, customs. Yes. So get to Target. Target's got them. And then they're going to have them at actually a regular price, right? I did get that as well. I got that one for Buzz Off, for... the See-Through Skeletor, and Frosta. So those are the ones that are... Yeah, he's by... Yep, lives by Paul Mart. That's the guy that used to send us notes in the... It's so funny. They used to have been like, if you want to continue to get shit early, do not post this on social media. Do not tell anybody. It's like, dude, what's the point of getting it early? I mean, yes, FOMO is one thing, but 9 times out of 10, the people that are actively searching to get something early, sorry, dude, they're getting it early so they can show it off and for content, right? I mean, that's what it is. I want I went to pre-order Monkey Wrench today, and Paul said it was sold. Freak out! Holy cow! Is he gonna be? Because honestly, a lot of my pre-order stuff, I didn't realize. I went through kind of like Brick and Thanos did. I went through my pre-orders, and some of the stuff I was getting that was extras, I just canceled. I do need to be a lot more selective with what I'm ordering, and I'm canceling a lot of stuff. I'm kind of slowing down on GI Joe. I do want that Cobra Commander, but that's it, and I've got him on order. I love that Battle Armor Cobra Commander. Like I told you guys before, it was one of my childhood toys. That one and the Pogo thing, that would be a cool little, and it wouldn't be that difficult to make that in a 6-inch. The 1/12, they should do that little Pogo vehicle thing that I had with him. I found out later they didn't come together. I always thought they came together because that's kind of where I think I got him at the same time then, because I always had my Cobra Commander in that Pogo bouncer thing. I always had him in there. So that would be nice to get a 6-inch one of that one too. So I got tired of paying. Yeah, no, that's true. And some of this stuff, like, yeah, are we getting it a month or so early? And you know what? Like, and I will understand. I do understand what Home Arcade says when he says you pay to play. You pay extra to get it early, and that's how it works. I mean, and if you're a bigger channel like him and you've got the content and mine, yeah, I'd love to have stuff early, but I mean, and sure, you know what? I did get a lot of views for some of the stuff that Entertainment Earth sent me early, but nothing crazy. I think sometimes when it comes down to it, in the end, it's not the end of the world to not get it first or second or whatever. I think I've learned that if a certain person does a review a certain way that I like, I'm going to tune into them even if they get it after I get it. I'd still watch them because I enjoy the content. So sometimes it's about seeing it right away, but even for me, I try not to watch them before I get it because I kind of want to do a real review and find out things. If you guys notice some of my reviews, most of my reviews, either A, I do something wrong backwards or try to put something on the wrong way, or like you get a genuine reaction because like with the Beastman, if you go back to that one, I was shocked and I found out by accident, I was trying to move his head or take it off and his jaw dropped down and my jaw dropped down because I was so excited that thing had an articulated jaw. So, and then the Roboto, I didn't know Roboto was a bad guy. I had no idea until I did my review. And so my review was 100% a genuine reaction to that figure going, holy crap, it's a bad guy. And then I took off the helmet and took off the mask and saw there was a skull underneath there. Like that, for me, that's what I like. I really do like that. That's fun for me, being able to do it genuine and not have to worry about like knowing some shit ahead of time. It kind of ruins it, takes away from the excitement of like opening it for the first time. So Shao Kahn is here. Welcome in, my friend. Hello. Yeah, see, that's true. And they don't pay much even when they do. Obviously, I'm at the very bottom rung of that ladder. But I mean, even the guys that have bigger channels will tell you that, eventually, yeah, once you get to that certain point, it'd be nice to have them just pay for your toys and then your regular job pay for everything else. That'd be kind of cool. I just actually kind of ran into a speed bump because it was getting my first little payment from them, and I had and it's not even from YouTube, it's from people, it's from my people here. Like it was all super chats that I was getting paid for. It wasn't YouTube. They're fucking but I didn't have my tax stuff put in there because it has to, and it's not really, you don't have to fill anything out. You just have to put where you're from, that way they can tax it correctly and all that. So I had to put in my state and where I'm from and make sure that you're a US citizen and all that stuff, so, and put your ID in there. So I had to get that done because they even put a pause on my memberships until I got that done, and then they reinstated everything. So oops, operator error. That's what happens when you're a new guy. Motu Guru is in the house. What's up, my friend? Dude, we had some heat today, huh? It was, like I was saying, it's not hot for what we normally get, but for April, it's pretty warm, man. But like I said, this weekend we're supposed to get some snow. So Frosta, I'm starting with 2 Frostas, toy version, custom at minimum. Yes, absolutely. And that Frost is great. Like the way that they've been doing those cartoon collection head sculpts and all that, love them. So I've been happy with that one a lot. Battle Armor Coco was my only Coco as a kid. Honestly, I can tell you it was mine as well. I did not have. Well, I'm not sure 100%. I just remember playing with that one so much, and I think it still was kind of, since it was a little later, like that was kind of came out when Modulot came out, like when I'm looking at Motu, and like some of the Horde stuff was coming out, and then that was out. Because I remember playing with a lot of that stuff across the street when I was kind of just hanging out by myself. Because my sister was 4 years older than me, man. All they did was pick on me, so I was just usually playing with the toys by myself across the street by the ditch. We had a little ditch that went right up the street, so I was over there playing on dirt mounds and making sure they jump over the water and doing all the fun shit over there by the river, or not river, just we called it a ditch. They would, Ed would call it a creek, but it's just like a tiny little waterway that would run water from Lathrop Lake all the way across town to go out to the farmers out east of town. So they had a lot of the farmers out there. So yeah. Oh, so you stopped buying Jag. Well, dude, you had like, talk about a hodgepodge. Like if you look at Playtime's collection, like he's got everything under the sun. A lot of Super 7, the cooler Super 7 stuff. I know he's got a lot of Thundercats, got a lot of Motu, whether it's classics or Masterverse or Origins or Vintage. I mean, he's got so much. But it's almost to the point where, like, where are you going to put everything? And that's what you have to do. You have to make a choice to stop collecting something. And the Transformers, I was never a big Transformer collector. I've cherry picked very small amount. I've got Soundwave, I've got Shockwave, I've got the good guy with the tape deck. I forgot his name, sorry. I'm just looking at him right now. And I've got a Megatron. I don't know which one it is. I have that Starscream with the royalty one with the crown. And then I have a regular Starscream, and then I got a few at Ross, and that's kind of it. Oh, and I got the Michael Knight one. I got the Knight Rider. one. That was kind of my fun one. Into Super 7. Yep, there you go. Thundercats and Silverhawks. Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean it's one of those where it's tough, man. No, I did not. I have the file. It's not perfect, but I actually did 3D print a small version, and I'm going to kind of focus on that to get it done, because I've had it printed for over a year, but it's about the size of this Crystal Castle. And I've got all 3 towers. I don't know how I would do. I have the track in regular size. So I guess if I just shrunk it down and I tried to get all the measurements correct, I could do the track as well. But I do have that middle tower printed already, and I have both side towers. And I did hear through the grapevine that that other tower that the Havoc Tower, I believe it was, that they did it in that Revolution show, is actually being made. I don't think it's not out yet, but I heard that was coming. I don't even know if I should have said that, but I heard it was coming, not from Mattel, just for us 3D printers. Sorry, like this one here, just like that guy, girl, but it's Light Hope talking, so I guess it would be a guy, right? I don't know. I'm not gonna try to get into that shit. So no, that would be crazy though, Jetman, if I did something big like that. But I do, like I said, I have the files, and I will have like a little mini Eternia, and maybe print some of the figures real small and just kind of have them fighting and kind of pose them on my computer, and then print them like fighting. Maybe even print them together with their swords attached, like hitting each other, and then print it together like that, and then just paint them that way. That way they kind of stand better, or maybe even just print them with a stand underneath them. That would kind of be cool. Just because something small like that's going to be tough, unless you use Like if they're feet, yeah, no. Oh, what did I do with my nail? What the frick, man? Kind of broke it there. Anyway, do a video of my current Masterverse collection, hopefully by next month. Hell yeah, dude. And that, you know what? You've got such a collection. It's freaking awesome. And I know I am totally caught up on that, so I'm pretty happy about mine. Eternian Royalty. Mikey, are you on break? Let's see. You on break? You here? You here for a couple minutes? I want to open your gift, dude. I got to open your gift still, and I wanted to wait till you were here. I got a gift from Eternian Royalty that showed up the other day for my birthday. And now I'm going to dox him and tell you guys where he lives. Just kidding. Let's see. Hopefully he's on his lunch break and he's here for a couple minutes. Oh my God, it would really, really take a long time. Okay, good. Mikey's here. Is that cool? Would you, unless you want me to wait, I could do one while like we're on a live together if you want to do it that way. It is so warm upstairs, man. I really have to get that swamp cooler going this week. Holy, it's just so hot. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna put my stuff on my head. Tell needs to stop separating the Mo2 cells. Yeah, I agree. That the way that, you know, and it's hard because when you're trying to be, at least for me, okay, so I'm all in 100% on Masterverse, and I'll get that Zodak tomorrow from Walmart. So I'll have it all caught up. But my Origins and my cartoon collection and Turtles of Grayskull 100% in. I've got all those. The cartoon collection, I'm all caught up except for the new stuff coming, like the Frosta stuff that's on its way, in the next couple days. But the only thing I'm missing is the dumb stuff in the beginning when I was dumb on my own. I missed the, of course, the one Mikey's got everything. The one that the Adam and He-Man 2-pack from the very, very first one dropped in 2019 Comic-Con. And then I'm missing Duplicat and Leo Faker. And that's it. I got everything else. I finally caught up on everything else. And for Christmas I got Mysteries of Grayskull from Faker Battle Cat. So all right. Tony's Figs, what's going on, brother? Welcome in, sir. Welcome in. It's cold in LA County. Oh man. Open that some bitch. Okay. Let's open it. I'm gonna make sure and face it this way so I don't show our addresses, right? I wanted to do super chat. What happened to them? Is it gone now? Oh my God. It is gone. Dude, I don't know, because maybe it's going to take 24 more hours. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they suspended my super chats because I had that mix up. Because you know how sometimes they say you got to wait a little time for the super chats to kick in. Let me look and see on my YouTube studios real quick. Oh, that's a drag. I didn't even see that. Maybe because my bank account didn't get added. Like I tried to add my bank account and they said they would make a deposit onto my account, and then once they made the deposit, hold on, don't do that. Yes, I want the Face ID. Come on, you guys. Sorry guys, doing this shit. I shouldn't be doing this. Let me see if they did that deposit or not. It's under $1. Like they said it was. Oh, here we go. 48 cents pending. Okay, so now I have to go into my into my studio, go to payments, and then have to complete it. Set amount. Sorry, guys. I'm a professional, right? But I want to get that done. Verify 48 cents. Bank account is verified. Bang. Okay. But it probably won't add it to my thing until my next chat, I would imagine. my next live. So no big deal. No big deal. We'll start fresh next week. I kind of that was my own fault. I dropped the ball on that one. What's up, Spencer Sanchez? Welcome in. Dude, Shao Kahn, I tell you, it's been hot. It was, and I hate it because normally I don't notice it too much, because even when I'm downstairs working on stuff and I'm doing my 3D prints and I'm doing my painting and all that, I'm down in my basement. I'm in a bi-level. So upstairs I have my bedroom or my toy room and then my kids' room across. And then downstairs I have my whole man cave, my bedroom and all that. So it's nice and cool down there. But I have to get that swamp cooler going because my son, he sleeps hot anyway. So I definitely need to get that done. Okay, so first things first. Oh shit, hold on. So first things first, we got, this is my faker that I sent him for his his county fair. He did that county fair. Mikey did the county fair, and I printed out a bunch of stands for him. And he was like, crap, I need to find a faker. And I was like, well, dude, I'm sending you the stands. I might as well send you the faker with them so you can use it. So he sent that back. And then, okay. Oh, shit. Let's see. First things first. Have a great birthday. Enjoy. All right. Happy birthday. Let's celebrate. Love it. Thank you, my friend. And now is the fun stuff. Ooh, I'm excited. Yes, Friday night it probably will be back up. But I'll start that other stuff next week on the... I didn't even realize it was gone. What a drag. What a dumbass I am. Okay. Master of the Universe Revelation Verat en Eternos Netflix series. So the first thing is, I would imagine this is going to be a foreign DVD. This is probably from one of those Toyplosion Con things, right? And so this is, I don't know if this is the same one. It might be. I'm not sure. And then I've got Masters of the Universe magazine. 24-25. It's got the turtles down there. Dude, so cool. So I know Mikey's got a hookup over in Germany, and I believe this is where he got it from. And this is freaking really, I mean, how cool is this to have stuff like actually on paper? That's so cool. And it's in a different language, of course. I think it is German, right? But here we've got some cool pictures of really cool, some cool dios and everything there. Got a big battle going on. And Holger's so awesome. He's the one that got with Mikey as well, but I got like the Toyplosion 2-pack that was signed by, I know Nate was one of the signatures on it, right? Because he did the art on it. Nate Birch. And was Nate on that one? I think he was, right? Let's see. He used Google Translate app. Oh, cool. Yeah, there we go. So cool. Look at the portal there. Such a cool little addition piece. This one's really cool. I like how they set that up. Look at Merman. He's hanging out in the dungeon there. He's got the jail bars in front of him. Then we've got Metal Botto coming up. That's too cool, man. It is really cool. All right, let's see. Now it's got all the items, all the product to purchase. It goes all the way through, has Modulok, has the 2-packs of the Target exclusives, all the way to Collector, all the way to Geldor. Nice. Very cool. Such a cool book. Really, really cool book. Currently doing a custom red Namor like Red Hulk. Very cool. And so here's all your turtles. And I believe it goes all the way. So it's missing just the last wave, I guess. So just wave 6 is missing. Because there's no Ninja. Oh, no, on the bottom. There it is. All the stuff on the bottom is the new stuff. So here you go. Look. That's cool. All right, let's see. What's up, Joe? Welcome, sir. Hey, Joe, we had a snag, dude. So Joe was the one that kind of helped me through with the wheel of destiny thing. So I didn't get things verified early enough. So they kind of put a pause on my memberships this afternoon or this morning. And I had to put my tax information in, and then I had to confirm my bank account because they were trying to put the deposit last month into my account, and I didn't realize I didn't have that. I thought I had put it in there, but I had to verify my ID and all that. So I didn't get my bank verified till now because I waited to see when that deposit was going to go in, and it hadn't gone in all day. And finally, I just went to check again, and it allowed me to verify my bank. But because it just reinstated my my subs today, I think it might not work until next week. So the super chat thing, because you can't even do a super chat now if you wanted to, like it's gone on my thing. So next week, we'll do it next week. It's the way it goes. You know, you live and learn. It's operator error. It was my own damn fault for not doing it. You know, I guess I didn't realize I hadn't gone through that. So this one's going to have our Masterverse all the way through the movie figures. It's so cool. I think the newest one on this one would be Panther. And then I've got that vintage collection. Is it called Vintage? I think it's called Vintage, right? And I do have a couple of those too. That's kind of nice. And then it's got like a little comic version of the figures. So that's kind of cool. So not bad. Thank you, Mikey. I appreciate it, dude. That is such a, and you got one you can write on and one to keep. So there you go. All right, Cobb. Thanks for coming in, man. I'll give you some balloons on your way out. Woohoo! Hey, Joe, I thank you for dealing with that tool bag who tried to take credit for my picks. Yes, that's true. Also, I was thinking about it and we had a conversation. So coming soon, you guys, we're going to have a live stream with Joe and I having a good conversation about just stuff, about the figures, about the line, about where it's come, how far it's come, where it was, what things he might have wanted differently. Just a whole bunch of stuff. And then just on the end of customizing, like I think there would be nobody I'd rather have a good sit down about custom Motu than Joe Amato, right? So stay tuned for that next month. I'm going to do a one-on-one with Joe Amato. We're going to kind of hang out for a couple hours and do a live, maybe an hour and a half. We'll do a live stream together. So that'll be fun. So that should be fun. Something to look forward to, guys, coming up next month. Need to hit you up on that, Kenzo, because I just hit my payment mark 2. Yeah, do it, dude, because it's like I hate it because I got the amount to send in and I got it. You know, once you pass a certain amount, you can pick however much you want to whenever say, okay, stop at 200 and send it. But I guess it defaults to 100. So once you make 100, then they'll ship it out to you at a certain point. Well, they were going to ship it out today, I guess. And they're like, hey, you don't have your bank account. You don't have your tax information in there. And I was like, shit. So it highlighted it for me. So I just kind of clicked and went through and added my stuff to it, but it delayed. And of course it ruined my super chats for tonight, which of course is my own fault. So kind of sucks, but, oh no, dude, I hope you feel better, man. Get some rest. Yeah. It's been, well, especially if it's been a crappy cold day. I guarantee you, if you have I guarantee you Arthur's barking up the wrong tree today too. That arthritis is no good with the weather change like that, getting all that cold. So thanks for coming in, man. Thanks for always supporting, and we'll see you Friday. If you're around on Friday, we'll see you then, man. Yeah, dude, these are so cool. Like, and it's so cool because it is something that you can't get here in the States. That's the coolest part. Yeah, Joe, that's what I was thinking. That was the first person I thought of when I was like, we need to get this asshole out of there, man. Yeah, that's going to be so much fun, dude. That's going to be a great live. So you guys stay tuned to that. Once we nail down a date, we'll it might not be, it's probably not going to be a Wednesday, but we'll find a day and I'll make sure and give you at least, a few weeks notice to let you know when we're doing it. That way we can that way you guys can join us on the live. That'll be definitely a fun live, because it's one of those where both of us are pretty, I mean, it could go one of two ways. It's either going to be freaking awesome, or we're going to end up talking about, like, I don't know, like stuff we bought from the grocery store back in 1985 or something, like, oh yeah, I remember that candy bar, So, I mean, that's kind of how we both are. And I think just from having a lot of conversations with Joe, is we're very similar in that we kind of go all over the place. And most of the conversations end with, why did I even go there? Like, I have no idea where I was going. So yeah, but that makes it fun, right? That's especially because for me, it's funny because when I see someone else on a live that's like me, it almost kind of, it doesn't make me anxious, but I can feel it. Like, I know what the fuck is going on. So it's just, that's kind of why, maybe if you look at it, like Tasty Cake does his live, and Random Diorama does his live, and they're very chill, very calm. The voices it speaks slowly. He's just chill. And that's probably why I enjoy those lives so much, because when people are a little bit more my speed, it almost gets worse for me. I'm like, oh shit, because I know that, and I'm like that, and it's hilarious. But I think if we're talking together, which, like I said, Joe and I have had so many conversations, not even funny, and that's exactly how it goes. I start off with asking him a question about a custom, or he starts out asking me something about a 3D print or something like that, and 2 hours later we're talking about what we did in 1988. It's funny. That's good shit. Yes, candy bar, crunch bar. I don't know. I'm seeing, then I forget what I'm talking about, so I'm seeing if it was related to what I was saying. Yes, and that's a cool thing is that sometimes we, not for me as much as for you, because I have this show to talk. I just talk about mostly about pickups and stuff, but I do talk about custom sometimes. But like you said, it's sometimes you're not really talking about your stuff because you don't want it to make it sound like you're doing some sort of advertisement for what you do, which I think everybody in this community knows there's not much you need to do as far as advertising, since you're a freaking legend with the Motu community as far as customs go. I mean, everybody knows Joe Amato. Everybody knows him. So everybody knows what you do, and for the most part. So I do see that, like, you're like, well, I don't really, but I think it's fun to just sit down and just pick your brain and go through just what thoughts, like when you do get ready for a custom, when you are sitting down to say, okay, here we go. If it's stuff you've got packed away in the back side here, and you remember, I'll save that one for a rainy day, and then when it's time, you're just, exactly what you're doing. Or is it something you just start to draw, or you just get the feeling and you're like, okay. So we'll discuss a lot of stuff. That'll be fun, man. That'll be a lot of fun. So, but yeah, I think, like I said, it's something fun to branch out a little bit. Like I said, kind of recently I've been doing just kind of myself, and then Fridays I add whoever. And so on any Friday, if anybody wants to join in, just let me know for sure. So I do the Insomniac show on Friday night. That's always fun. I definitely have a good time with that, because last week I had like 6 people that come in, and we had good conversations for sure. So, but I was trying to think if I got that one. I think I opened it during the weekend, so I can say, because I did not do it on my last Wednesday show. But for my birthday, I did get these two. And yes, I understand that this is Arrow and not Swiftwind, and the Bubble Shearer is not the other thing I got. So I just put that one on after Joe G Customs told me that she fits on there, because the one that I got from Faker Battle Cat, she doesn't open her legs enough to sit down. She's a little prude. So she doesn't open them up enough to sit. But Bubble Shira, she knows what's up. So she's sitting there really nice. So this will be one that I want to turn into Swiftwind. But I just think it's perfect. And he was so cool to give that to me as a gift, because he knew, obviously, once I got this thing put out, that I needed a horse. And to get the Swiftwind from eBay right now, it's going for at least $225, even for an open one, So that was really cool of him. So I did get that as well. Let's see. Insomniac becoming a mini clubhouse. Kind of. Yeah, kind of. Shao Kahn, my favorite soda pop. Dude, I don't really discriminate too much, but I have to say, because this is the one that's always in my refrigerator, it's the choice of a new generation, I mean, I drink it because of Cindy Crawford back in the summertime when she put her coin in the machine and all the kids are watching. They're like, whoa, that can is beautiful. I know soda is terrible for me, but like I've said before, I don't partake in alcohol. I don't partake in smoking. I don't partake in certain things like that. But sugary, bubbly drinks are my vice. But I do like all the other stuff. I love Dr. Pepper. I will drink Coke. I have no problem with Coke. I know Mikey gives me shit for liking Pepsi. You know what? Even when I was younger, my dad always got Squirt, that grapefruit soda. And I would drink the hell out of that too. I didn't mind it. I'd even like Royal Crown. I don't care. RC Cola is good. The only thing I don't drink for colas or sodas is I don't care for store brand. Like, I'm not a snob by any means, but store brand soda and store brand cereal are the two that I draw the line on. Everything else, I don't care. I'll get store brand whatever. It's just that those two things I stay away from. What's going on? Alf Inflict, my printing brother. Mo2 Life. What is up, my friend? Oh, leveling my printer. So I'm carrying you around on the phone right now, but I'm listening. Oh, thanks for joining, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, dude, Alf. That's another thing. Alf and I, like, some people send me pictures of like, oh, like a lot of the club, like my clubhouse crew, a lot of them are sending me pictures. Oh, check this out. Check this out. Not Alf. Alf sends me pictures of that particular item that's been showing from like Yurko or Lovely the Horde or Boojaboo or anything like that. He doesn't show me the file. He shows it to me done like 10 hours after the damn thing comes out. And I'm like, it's on my printer. So that thing I showed you guys earlier, that sky sled thing, I'm done printing it. It's just still sitting on my printer. And I know he's printing like 3 other projects right now too, and some cool stuff. Yeah, that's one thing I love about this community is I talk to people like Joe, and Joe doesn't have any printing equipment or anything like that. He does everything from like with his own hands, with molding and sculpting and all that other stuff. And then I've got friends like Alf that's got the same product that I've got as far as printers go. And so we're busting out stuff with printing, but I do enjoy the stuff with the sculpting. Of course, there is a level of sculpting that's involved, even if you have a printer, because there's a lot of stuff we still have to do on top of it. And that's what Alf and I talked about yesterday was some people think, well, you just like put it in the microwave and hit start and then come out and then it's the same like a microwave, like it just easy peasy, but it's not. I mean, there's a lot more to it. We have to make sure the sizing is correct. Once you get the sizing down, you have to make sure the angles are correct. You got to make sure you've got the correct amount of supports and that's all correct. And you don't always want to just use the autocorrect or the auto supports, because not a lot of times they end up doing them kind of wonky and you're like, how is that even going to work? And then once you get it on the printer, you got to make sure that the temperature in your room is correct. You got to make sure that everything's good there. Then once the print starts, you're kind of worried. You get that first nervous little thing when it hits down and then gets it going. Then midway through, you always kind of check through. I know Alf has the one where he actually has his phone hooked or his camera. There's a camera on the printer, so he's able to check it through on his phone. But like even with mine, like he always kind of go in there and pause it every now and then just to make sure everything's printing correctly. But then when you're done, you gotta isopropyl. You gotta do the alcohol bath. You gotta wash everything. You gotta make sure that all the loose resin is off. You gotta make sure and sand down all the support areas. And if you do it with the filament printer, you gotta sand a lot more. And then you gotta make sure and get the UV light to cure any kind of any kind of wet resin that's on the outside, or if you've got it where you make it hollow, you got to use those little pins and do the shoot the light in there to make sure everything cures. And then you start, then you figure out if you need to add some molding or some putty, or if you have to if you're going to be able to just straight paint it, primer it up, and get it going. So a lot of work going to it no matter what. But like I said, Alpha and I have a lot of good conversations as well. See, off subject, I'm taking my time collecting Motu stuff. I still haven't bought the red Horde Trooper or Necroconda. Wow. Well, and you know what I've noticed? I've noticed that because I usually, I follow you all the time. Obviously, I keep up with your channel. So I have noticed that it seems like you're kind of taking your time. And it's probably a lot less stressful because, except for some of the stuff that's like, I think Masterverse has been more of the scary shit that hasn't come back, like that Skeletor. A lot of people hadn't gotten it, and even before that, it was like the Web Store and the Prince Adam, the little skinny one, and the ramp. Like that wave was really hard to find. The Clamp Champ, but the Origins, for the most part, in the cartoon collection, they've all pretty much ended up being available. I remember the Horde and the Necroconda I ended up getting off Walmart's website, off their app. So if you do end up not finding any, hit me up because I did get extras. So I could definitely, we could figure something out on that one. If you want to buy them or if you have something to trade, we could do that as well. So if you get to that point where you can't find them, I've got a couple. And that's the other thing about this community. A lot of people out there are happier, that are just happy to help other collectors that, because we've all been there. We've all been to that point where we're like, shit, I'm never going to find this thing. And, eventually we find more and we find them on clearance or something. And we're like, man, I was so stressed about it for nothing. Right. But Masterverse Bone Throne. Oh yeah. Yeah. I agree. Like they really missed the mark with the Alcala look. I think the biggest wonkiest part about that is the hood. So the hood is just, it doesn't sit right, and it just looks like a, hold on, let me grab him. See, this is why I shouldn't be so close to my table. Shit, hold on. Okay, I'm going to move the Crystal Castle so I don't knock it over. Because I know my luck, I would knock it over. I think that's why I had my table more the other way with my cat's lair behind, is because I had more room to back up. Where this one, if I went forward, the wires go a little further out. But I think maybe I'm going to go back to the other way. I kind of like the other way better. What do you guys think? Is the background better on that one, or do you like this one better? A Dr. Pepper. I had like 46 Dr. Peppers that day. Shao Kahn's a Mountain Dew person. Shao Kahn, I can tell you, when I was younger, oh man. So I had a heart problem. I had SVT, and I had 2 extra nodes on my heart. And so I would get these crazy palpitations, and I would get these crazy, like 250 beats a minute. And there were times where I'd pass out, and I was in sports, and I drank through high school in the mornings. I would pick up a 2-liter of Mountain Dew before first hour, and I would have that 2-liter until lunch. So I would drink a 2-liter in the morning of Mountain Dew every day at school. And they're like, you need to stop that shit, and you're probably going to have to stop playing basketball. And I was a stupid kid at 15 years old. I don't care. I'd rather die on the court than not play. Dumbass. So we figured it out, and I went up to Colorado Springs. There was a orthopedic heart surgeon, and we got surgery. We did the surgery. It was a not open heart, but they went through the arteries, and they did a catheter ablation. So they put the catheters in all my major arteries, 2 in my legs, 2 in each leg, I'm sorry, and then 1 in my arm. And then the wires got pumped to my heart, and then they shocked it and they burned the extra muscles on there. So long story long, I was able to drink Dr. Pepper again because they fixed my heart. So yeah, I know. Pepsi's no good. Oh shit, and it's probably been over for a while. Sorry, dude. Yep, because I'm about 6 minutes late. Hope you have a good rest of your day, man. Thank you for the gifts, dude. It's freaking awesome. Love it. 24 days without soda. Oh my gosh. You're probably feeling a lot better, aren't you? I bet you are. Can you interview Bombs? You know what? I would love to do that too. Absolutely. Because you know what? Him and I, like, same thing. It's kind of like when he gets something ready, he ends up sending me a picture of what he's doing as well. So I know him and Alf, like I said, those are probably the hardest working guys, because they have to be to keep up, man. Because I told you guys, I'm too slow to work on stuff for home arcade, but those two guys, they bust stuff out quick, and that's kind of that's the speed that needs to happen. So I know Bombstar and Alf do a lot of stuff for my buddy Home Arcade. So, but yeah, that would be another cool one. I would enjoy. I would like to do that. You know what? Maybe I should start doing that. Maybe once a month or every other week, to try to do an interview with like a customizer or a painter or somebody that does, the custom work. That's fun. Like, that's different, right? Any caffeine? Oh my God. How was that first couple weeks? Dude, I bet that's crazy. Damn, you got 5-inch toy. Yep. Kind of. Yeah, exactly. At the end of it, right? After all that, right? So, but let's see. I have a Master Shira pose in my classic Swiftwind. Her extra articulation makes for writing pose so much better. Yes, and I was thinking about that too, because I was looking up. That was the first thought, because I was like, well, I guess I don't have one, because I knew there. Actually, like you said, Joe G was telling me she wasn't going to work, and he goes, but there's that other Shira that works. That's a later one, and I said, oh, I don't have any. And then he said it's a bubble Shira, and I was like, oh shit, I knew I had the bubble Shira because I had got her real cheap on eBay. So. But yeah, I think the Masterverse would work better, because yeah, she looks good. Like, I really like the look of that Masterverse figure as well. So yeah, Motu, Tony and I did not even welcome you in. Welcome, sir. Appreciate you coming in, man. All the time I want to buy them. Something was better and I buy something else. Yeah, no, I agree. That's how many times. And I've been doing better at that, because 9 times out of 10, I would have just bought both, right? You just buy it, right? Buy. But now I'm doing a little bit better. I still do the Ross thing. Like, I know the Ross thing is still one of my other vices. But this guy was cool. I think I'd put him up somewhere on the shelf. I have that shelf of non-Motu stuff. I probably put him up. He looks pretty cool. Like, just the colors and everything. That iced out kind of look with the white. It's not bad. Like Mountain Dew and Mellow Yellow when I was younger. Call it Mellow Yellow. Mellow Yellow was pretty good too. I loved Mountain Dew though. Yeah, I was the same. What's up, Clint? Welcome in. Plus, I have Motu Classic Snake Mountain, Bone Throne, and no rush to pick him up. Yeah, that's true. And what's funny is that I don't even know, and I think there's been other people that have had issues with it, but that light thing, like the battery, it hasn't been keeping in that at all. Like, it dies right away. So I don't know if there's something up with the wiring where it just drains that even when it's not running. Like, maybe it seems something is going on no matter what. But like I said, I've replaced those batteries a few times, and then I just stopped doing it, because I'm like, well, what am I going to need it for? A couple things for a picture here and there, right? But that's it. What's going on? A Punk with Toys. What's up, Lawrence? Welcome in, sir. We're talking your favorite thing. Actually, we're not really even talking much. We're not talking just Motu. We're just talking, we're just yapping like I know how, man. You know how it goes. Oh, he feels good. That's good, man. I'm glad. And honestly, I need to do that, because I've noticed, like, you know what? When I'm walking in, I walked into Ross today, and I was walking down the aisle, and right on this certain spot, they have a place you can look to try stuff on. And I saw myself walking in the mirror, and I was like, geez, man, you need to chill out on the sugary sodas. But yeah, I'm starting to do a little bit. slowly but surely I'm starting to pick up on doing some working out. I do have a really nice treadmill that I bought for Merrick that he doesn't use anymore, so I could probably do that, try to get some cardio in if it doesn't jack me up too much. Running is hard for the back. That's the only thing that really sucks. Bombstar and I go back and forth a lot. He's really humble. I don't know if he'd do an interview with you, Kenzo. He probably would. Maybe, like I said, it might be something to where, like you said, humble and sometimes not wanting the spotlight. Like, I know I've talked to Yurko a few times. I think there was more just the language barrier there that would be the issue. But like I said, people like that need to be showcased, man. And I really hope, maybe I could work on him and try to get him to do an interview. Class of Swifty is definitely expensive on eBay, but not as expensive as Fisto. I'm still saving up for that guy, dude. And that Fisto is so good. Like I do. It's so crazy how, and maybe eventually, because all these other ones are coming out, like that latest Masterverse Fisto that I keep finding at Ross for $5, $4. It's a good looking figure. And like my buddy Faker Battlecat always says, when there's a new Masterverse figure, he usually tries to unload his classic before. If he hears that, like, if there's a new Masterverse coming eventually, he's going to get rid of the classics that he has of that one, because he plays the game. He enjoys it. And we've had a conversation about that. We actually talked about it on Friday on my Insomniac show, was that for him, his rush is from the trade and the deal, the art of the deal. It's like when that PayPal money hits and he's like, yes, I bought this for this much and I turned it for this much. It's more of a game for him and he has fun with it. And he loves the line and he loves the figures, but he loves the art better than anything, the art of the game. But playtime, this is what I was telling you about. The mask on it, the hood is very, it's uneven and it's just wonky. The face isn't too bad, I guess. Like the skull by itself actually doesn't look too bad. The teeth are a little, but I think even the Origins kind of did it a little bit better. But they've got an articulated jaw on this one. But the teeth, it does look more, the Akala head, or Alcala, however you pronounce it, it was more of a scribbly look, So, this does kind of take on the characteristics of that scribbly look, when you look at the jaw, when you look at how the teeth are real jagged and jacked up, and then you've got those eyes so inset like that, right? And then, but like I said, when it comes down to it, this is what really makes it look weird, is the way that they have this hood. And it almost kind of like Mondo did it better. Like the Mondo Skeletor that has the same hood, I have that same hood on my Skeletor now. And as long as you set it right and you kind of make sure it's on target, it's still good. But this one, even when you mess with it, you try to get it set right, it's still, there's something about it that's off for me. I don't know. I just think this one has really, I think they did great with this one because it does look a lot like the artwork. Like it looks like the Alcala drawing. Like you have that. It just, I don't know. To me, it reminds me of the scribble, like of the sketch of kind of how he did it. So anyway, okay. So we went, checked Ross. So the only thing I found today at Ross, and I forgot to bring it up, I was going to show Oz. I found two of I think it's one of the daughters, the blonde-haired girl on the new Ghostbusters. There was two figures of her with the ghost and all that, and it was $2.99. And I'm sure Oz probably has it, but I bought it anyway, thinking, well, if he wants an extra or whatever, I got it, because I don't really collect any of the Ghostbuster stuff. But if I start finding them at Ross for $3, I'm going to start getting them. Let's see, dude, I started printing the new base. Oh, the Crystal Castle would be a perfect print for you to jump in with your PLA printer. It's just, 3 rock. Yeah, I agree, dude. Stop slacking on that damn PLA printer. I know it's sitting right there too. It's sitting there. I have it opened. I have it ready. Gosh, dang it. I still haven't gotten to it. I remember my Swift win at Mattel store for, whoa. See, that's the other thing. Playtime. I know you and Cobweb Collector as well talks about it a lot when he gets over there. Everything being half price. Like, how cool is that? Like, he was still talking about how the Night Stalker is still there for classics and it's half price. Like, that's so cool. The collector says, I'm starting to get some Masterverse, but I want to try to restrict to one of each character, excluding battle armor, not paying 180 aftermarket. Which Skeletor should I get? Well, I mean, yes, the battle armor is my favorite, but I think the new vintage collection is probably one of my favorites now. I think they did really good on the head sculpt. I like it. Is the same as the 40th anniversary that I have right here, but this one has an articulated jaw and the face is like a really bright yellow, where this one, it's more of a, oh, sorry, I'm stabbing my laptop there. It's more of a wash on the face and there is no articulation on the jaw. However, it does have more, it has molding on the face with the teeth, whereas the 40th anniversary just has flat and it's painted in. So the teeth are painted in that one, where this one has, it's a really good look. So it has the 40th buck, which has that larger size buck. It's got pretty much everything else is going to be consistent with the 40th anniversary Skeletor. So this is kind of that one for the people that didn't get that 2-pack of him and He-Man. I really do like this one. Even the Horde one is a good one. Gosh, I'm not going to make it easy on you right here. I'm going to make it worse. So just because I know nobody really likes the new Adventure one except me, this one also is a really good one. This is a new Eternia where it has 2 different head sculpts. This one is the one I decided to put on it. You can see the blue is a lot different than the other ones that I was showing you. See how it's a lot lighter. And then here's the one that actually is kind of cool to me because it was the one that, this was more from the Revelation show where and it has a cloth, it has a cape with him also. But this is the one that was in the Revelation show that came and saved Evelyn, which was him in a Horde when he was still under the evil Horde's rule before he broke off of Hordak. So this is the Horde Skeletor. So the colors on this one are cool. It's almost more of a purple look to his skin. And then, of course, it's got that red and black. And I love that red and black for him. Just, I don't know, something about it I like a lot. So overall, with the 3, I still might say this one. I'm clicking that thing with my fingers. I still might say the vintage. Plus, it has that really nice box. If you're an inbox collector, I'd say vintage just because that box is great. But if you open it up like me, I think I still say that vintage is a good one, man. Yeah, no, I get it. You're talking about that other one. I agree. I just got the Classics Fisto a few months ago. I put in Barbarossa boots and 2000X kit on him. Looks sick. Just Barbarossa takes like 6 months to get you. Yeah. That's kind of, I do the same with Hordak MX. I love his head sculpts. I just know that if I'm going to order something, it's going to take some time. That's kind of where I'm at. The beady eyes. Yeah, I do. Like I said, I think they did a good rendition of the Alcala face. Because when you look at that face, you can see how it's jagged. It's got that look to it. And I think that's what they were going for. And I think it worked. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Although I admit I've never been a fan of the Alcala head. See, there you go. So if you don't like it, you're automatically going to already kind of have like a certain way about it, you know. Delora Palmer. Hello. Welcome. Playtime returns. It's a good deal for those Ghostbusters. Yeah. And I don't remember who it is. Let me see. Is it Playmates that did it, I think? With the new ones? Or with that new, let's see. Action figures. Let me see. It's right here in front of me. Callie. Callie is who I got. Let me see. So this is the one that I purchased at Ross for $2, $2.99. And it's still, let's see, is it on? So it's only 10 normally, but it comes with this like trash bag looking ghost. Echo Stretch Tech. Oh, so he's a stretchy bag. Okay. But I don't know. I thought it was cool, and for $2.99, I figured, you know what? Why not? So you've got the stretchy trash bag. He even has a belly button. Look at that. And that's not a bad looking sculpt, right? I did watch that one. Is this the one from the Frozen movie? The movie where everybody's under and where she lets the ghost out and she becomes friends with the ghost, and then the ghost backstabs her and they have to go back and fix everything. Now I have to go back and check my chat and see if I was wrong or right. Ken's Day, Wednesday can be. I've heard that. Was it Bud told me that too? Wednesday could be Ken's Day. Welcome to Ken's Day Live. Actually, now that I say Ken's Day Live, that doesn't sound too bad at all, right? I'm so grateful. Motu Classic. What? Wow. Yeah, playtime. You know what? Location, because I'm so far away from everything, man. I'll never get deals like that. That is awesome. Oh, that's cool. You got the battle armor Skelly. That, like I said, other than the fact that he's so hard to come by, if he ends up coming back, let me close this out real quick. If he does end up coming back, I would absolutely say this is the one to get. So if they figure out a way to restock this dude, he's number one. But like I said, afterwards, I would probably go with this one. I love the Masterverse line though. So like I said, even the Horde Skeletors, I'm a fan of. But I have the Mondo Disco Skeletor, so that's if that kind of goes to what kind of shit I like, right? They're both nice looking. San Diego Comic-Con one does stand out more because of the color. Yeah, I agree. It does. It stands out. It's brighter, and it has the green like the vintage does. I'm surprised they didn't do the green on this one because they call it the vintage collection, but they didn't paint it like the vintage. I think they would have done. I mean, and that's obviously a quick custom if you want to do something like that, to just paint the green on there, like I did with my. Where did I put him? Oh, he's in the corner now. Like this one, like do the face a little bit more like him. Let me put that back up there. But yeah, like with the green and with the jawline and stuff. So I just like showing him off more than anything. He's one of my favorite prints that I did. 17 inches tall, this guy. Whew. He's a biggin. He is a biggin. Need to get the other girl in her, bro. If I find them, dude, I'll let you know, man. Like I said, I don't collect them, so like I said, I just picked them up because I know Oz likes he likes those, and if he doesn't have that one, then But let's see. I saw the figure for $6 at Ross. She's only big at my Ross. That GB. Oh, the Ghostbusters one. Oh, $6. Wow, that's weird because usually they put the same prices on them for the most part. That's surprising, especially because they're $9.99 normally. So really, you're gonna give me just that little tiny discount. So, I mean, that one you probably find cheaper at Walmart on clearance than at Ross, right? But for some reason, yeah, it was $2.99. I was kind of like, shit, $3, I'll take it. Holy hell, I had looked on eBay for myself. Why did Masterverse Battle Armor Skeletor skyrocket? He was that rare, pre-ordered 2 and still. Yes, I was told by, of course, I was just brought him up earlier, was Faker Battle Cat. Faker Battle Cat's my boy, and he, like I said, he loves hustling. He loves the art of the deal. He loves doing that stuff. And he told me, he's like, dude, it's up there for $225, $250 on eBay. I'm like, what the hell, man? And the same thing with Stratos. The Stratos Masterverse. Not, of course, they've got the vintage one coming next, but the original New Eternia Stratos with the mask and all that, it's going for like $100 right now. For the one that everybody just overlooks, right? Stratos is always overlooked. Even the movie figures, like the movie He-Man, the movie Skeletor. Oh, and I remember this last weekend we talked about it. The movie Beastman is is like hard to find now. And I know the Beastman was a online store exclusive, so you could only get them at Big Bad Toy Store and at Entertainment Earth. And or online sales, you weren't able to find it on shelf, which like a lot of times you're not anyway. But so yeah, so that Beastman is going for quite a bit right now as well, which just it's crazy to me how expensive these are. But that Skeletor is probably the worst one. That Skeletor has gotten to the point where it's almost hovering over that Duplico price. Like, remember when Duplico hit the market and somebody actually even bought it for $400 or something like that? Like, are you serious? Like that's just crazy to me. But let's see. I'm going to pull that up real quick. Skeletor, battle armor. Masterverse. I guess I should have put New Eternia. 185. Okay, let me back that up real quick. We'll look at the page as a whole here. So we'll stop that screen. We'll get a new one. This one. So yeah, 185, 169, 165. Here's 139 for an open one. 199 with 9 delivery, 2 1/4, 145 open, 249 sealed, 225 for the whole wave. No, just for the two. Shit, just for Fisto and Skeletor. 174 open. Oh, there's that Skeletech. That's another one that I didn't talk about. That one's probably the one that you would probably want the least. Let me see. Let me go over there. And it sucks with the shared screen. If you go to it, it ends up popping it open. There's the one that is kind of one of those that nobody really likes as well. But I think it's kind of cool because he's got that bendy arm, and it's the one from the Revolution show where, he's got that techie kind of, so he's half tech, half magic. I thought, you know what? It was clever. I liked what they did. They actually did pretty good with, and I'm sure Netflix gave them a lot of, they probably got a good little chunk from Netflix with that. I don't know how that works, but maybe they didn't have to pay for it, right? I don't know, but I know the movie probably put money into them as well to be able to make these. But yeah, I think that's crazy about that battle armor one though. Let me go over to New Eternia. Stratos. Oops. Gotta put a little space in between there. Let me go to my share screen to this one. So yeah, so here's your Stratos. You've got up for 98, for 125, 150, 150, 88 from Canada, 89, 214. Let's look at the sold ones. Let's not look at the ones that are up there. You could put anything you want on there. Let me look at, where's my filters at? Oh, let's just go down. It's not like the phone. No, not categories. I want to do best match. No. Oh, all categories. No. Advanced. Here we go. Sold items. Let's check the sold ones. So 100 sold on the 9th. 46, 99, 49, 39 opened. 99, 70, 95, 59. So going back to March, it was 69, but I think recently it's just gone up. Like, so I think they've gone. And you know what I ended up doing is I ended up finding them on Target. I got them at Target on sale for, I think I paid half price, like was it not 17? It was 12 something. I think I got it for. Might have been $3. Actually, it's not my thing. I just remember she was the only one there. Yeah, and I'm not. It's not mine either. I didn't know if he had gotten it before. If Oz has that one. If not, I could figure out if anybody else needs one. I can just give it up. I don't really have any need for it though. Javier, welcome in. What's going on? Welcome. First time seeing your name here, so I appreciate you joining. Thanos Copter, sir, welcome in. We just had a conversation about if this guy looks like you or not. Death freaking Rollins. I bought that at Ross for $6-7 because I wanted to I was thinking about doing a custom with this buck because I thought it would be a nice mask, 6-inch mask custom. But we all know that the Valaverse figure is the Thanos. That's basically the one, you know. I like the idea of Skeletech, just wasn't into the face. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I can understand where you're at with that one. I thought that the arm was clever how they did it. Like, yeah, the execution wasn't the best, but I mean, if you worked on it and you got it, you could bend that thing pretty good. I mean, even though you won't have an elbow with it, and then you can lean him on it. You know, you can do whatever you need to it. And I think, I don't know. I still one of my favorites is going to be the New Adventure Skeletor. And the New Adventure Skeletor that I bought, the Hordak MX head with the eyeballs, that is the one reason why everyone hated him. The reason I loved it was that I bought the one with the skull and his white eyeballs, which is the look that reminded me of that one, you know? Yeah, I mean, put it up there, $100 if you need to make a little extra just for shits and grins, right? I always pre-order at least 2 of every He-Man and Skeletor because I have enough. Yeah, I do too. Unfortunately, I have a problem with ordering multiples of a lot of stuff. But even like that He-Man that came out, the 40th anniversary He-Man, dude, it hit $5 below. Like, I don't think I saw him. I did think some people found him at Ross, but I found him for $5 at $5 below. I probably got 5 or 6 of him from $5 below. I had to go up to Colorado Springs to get them. There was a bunch of Catra at $5 below for $5. There was a bunch of Manny Faces for $5 and Zodak. There was a lot of Zodak over at the $5 below. They had them. It was like a weird month and a half, 2 months time frame last summer that they had that whole wave at $5 below. And I'm like, what the frick? I didn't have a $5 below here in Pueblo where I live, but I went to Colorado Springs. They had like 4 or 5 of those $5 belows up there. So I hit every $5 below while I was there. And I ended up picking up a lot. I mean, but for $5, shit, man, I stocked up. Love doing customs, man. So, I mean, that's a perfect thing for fodder and stuff. What do you pocket selling a figure for $60? Usually, if you make them pay for shipping, which I always do, I don't do free shipping. You'll probably get maybe $52. Maybe something like that. You probably lose about $8 on something like that. I don't remember the exact percentage, but yeah, you probably make that much. And then of course make them pay shipping and stuff. So what's the story on the price going up for Skeletor? Distribution. It really was a poor ass distribution, and it's sad because it's probably going to end up being like some of these deluxe Origins figures that are popping up at Target now. They're doing the old Hordak and the old Battle or Dragon Blaster Skeletor. Some of those are popping up at Target now at regular price, but they're 2 years old. The distribution just sucked on that one. I don't know why. I remember seeing it, and I think people just kind of overlooked it because I remember even at the Targets that I went to, he was available. And I remember buying a couple extra. I bought 2 extra of that Skeletor because I just thought it was such a cool figure. And I was like, because I ended up using the spikes on on the second one I opened, I used that on my Skelcon because I thought it looked good. So, I don't want to drop that big Skeletor there. I did one of the Skeletors. I put like a cape over him. It was the cape that came with the dog from Gargoyles. Like it kind of looked like wings, but kind of like a cape. So it didn't fit the spikes. So I put the shoulder pad thing spikes on the Skelcon. It looked great. Like so, and I'm sure you could probably put it on any of these, right? Like, I mean, even I'm sure the purple wouldn't work with this one. Oh yeah, no. So I mean, it's not going to stick on there, but if you've got them displayed, it you could put this on any Skeletor you want. It just won't attach the way that the other one does, because the other one has like a peg hole in the armor. But I think this guy would probably do it the best. Let's see. Because he's more like the first battle Skeletor, right? Not battle armor, but he's got that kind of Viking type helmet, and I don't know, he's not as thick, so it kind of looks cool on him, right? You could put those things on any of them. And I might try to scan this, because it's just a piece that kind of has that tab there. It goes under the armor. I bet you if I scan that and printed it, I did have a successful scan and print the other day. I'm pretty proud of myself. I didn't take it off the printer in time, so I couldn't bring it up for. I'll show it off on Friday on my Insomniac Live if you guys are awake. I do an 11:30 Mountain Time show. It's just the Insomniac show. Anybody can join me on the screen. I start that 11:30, which would be 10:30 Pacific, and 11:30, 12:30, 1:30 on the East Coast. But I did scan and print successfully Swift Wind's headpiece with the horn. And my buddy Faker Battle Cat sent it to me to scan so I can put it on this arrow. And I'll fix the hair. I'll mold the hair with some putty. And then I'll use that helmet that I printed so it'll look really legit, because it's the same one. I literally scanned it and printed it the same size as the one that came with Swiftwind. So I'm pretty excited about that one. No, you're good, man. That's me all the time. I have like 2 for display options, 1 pose on Panther, for example. Now I'm contemplating even opening my other battle armor Skeletor. I may have to leave him. You never know, man. Like where I'm at, I'm in between. I still haven't gotten anything consistent with work, so I still have an addiction and a problem, and I still need to really slow down. But like, it's there if I need to. We got that Skeletorium box. If I need to do it, I can, and it'll help out. Speaking of, I ended up getting 2 fakers on the Mondo Faker when it came out, and I bought 1 to keep and 1 to pay for the one that I kept. And I just this afternoon got it sold. And I sold it for what the going rate is, which is double what I paid for it. So I have to get that one out in the mail pretty soon, probably tomorrow. But hooray! So that's going to help me. I mean, I did that for a reason. I said, well, I'll buy 2 and then I'll just sell the other one and cover both costs. But at this point, I'm like, that's really going to help me financially. So hooray, getting that one out. I put it out about a week ago and it finally sold today. I love the new adventure, man. I really do. The Throne Skeletor best so far for Masterverse. See, and that's funny because I mean that just goes to show though, like Playtime Returns said how much he doesn't like it, but he also said he wasn't really a fan of the Alcala drawing of the head sculpt of the Alcala. So that makes sense, right? Slushhead is one of the best in line too. These new Adventure Masterverse are great. Even the He-Man is cool, though I want to replace the head. 100% with you. I do believe. What did I do with mine? Oh, I actually have my classics displayed. I think I put Hero 2 from Classics. I think I put Hero 2's head on my Masterverse Buck from the He-Man. Let me check real quick. Oh, I don't even have them displayed. Actually, so I have the classics helmeted. It is classics, right? So I have the I think it's the classics helmeted head on my Masterverse. And then of course I have the regular. Oh, marker created. At least I didn't end the stream, right? So here is my classics one. And then here is my Hordak MX head sculpt with that Skeletor. That's why I love this one, man. That just is so, because that's what the Skeletor reminds me of. Like that look, that's the Skeletor I know. Of course, that second one with the hair was a little weird, that has the red eyes. But when we initially started watching, like if you go back to, you can watch it on Peacock or you can watch it on YouTube. Like this is what Skeletor looked like when we first started. And the cool part, and I've said this many times, but I think the thing I love about it more is that he's just such a manipulator. Like Skeletor just was in the front lines, just doing everything, getting beat by He-Man all the time back in Filmation. But when he met up with with the mutants, like he sat back and said, okay, whisper in their ear about the great idea they had when the whole idea was his, and like I just loved how he manipulated all of those guys into thinking that he wasn't shit. He was just there to hang out with them and help them out and give them credit for everything. And I don't know, something about that look to me. This is the Skeletor from New Adventures. That's the look for me. And then just comparing of course you could tell the difference is you got the egg hole there for the classics, but overall I think Masterverse did great. I think I love, like, they've got more of a see-through, more of a clear shield. The sword is very, very similar. I mean, there's not much of a difference at all with the sword, like barely at all. And then there's just a little red instead of all gold on the armor up top. And yeah, the head sculpt was bad though. Like he had a real flat face and his hair is a little weird. But I do think, yeah, I did. This is the classics head. But when you go, I mean, the skin isn't exact, but it's not bad. It's a little bit darker. So this is the Masterverse body with the classics head on it. But I remember before I opened this, the classics New Adventure He-Man, I ended up having the classics Hero 2 head on there, which is also a ponytailed head. He just had more of a kind of a scowl on his face, a little bit more of a kind of a meaner look to him. But I had that on him for quite a while. But oh wait, did I do it wrong? Oh no, this is what I had. No, I didn't do it that way. What am I doing? I just put him back on the exact same way I had him. So the helmeted one I had on Masterverse. And then the regular one I kept as it was for classics. And I have the She-Ra to go with it, even though she was never in it didn't look like that in the cartoon or anything like that. Actually, Tila was the only one that came, and she looked quite a bit different. But I lost where I was because I dropped the figure on there. Here we go. There we go. We're there. So, Country Gentleman, welcome in, sir. Thank you for joining us from one of my ex-buddies over there on the Twitter. I really hope they do, man. I really hope they do. Optics, yeah. There is a really good file that Aliencito just finished not too long ago, and I do have it, and it's on the docket to get printed in the next couple days. I'm going to print that out, where it's the torso and the head, and it's got the little thing to move the eye, and then the rest of the body parts are just origins. So I love how Aliencito does that, where a lot of the kits they would probably be more referred to as, right? Because they're going to be the head, which in optics is the eye, the torso, the head, and then the rest of the parts that you get, unless it's a weapon, because I think it comes with optics weapon. But everything else, you're just using Origin parts. So it's got the plugs for Origin's arms and the plugs for the torso on Origins. So you really can do that. I mean, it's genius because that's the way of, as far as customizing goes, that's what we want. I don't want a 6 or 5 POA vintage style. If I'm going to 3D print it, I want to still be able to use the upgraded parts and the newer parts. So the way Aliencito makes all this stuff is that he has it set up to fit all of the Origin stuff. And I love that. So, but stay tuned for that one. I'll probably have that done in the next few days for the optics. That's going to be a good one. All right, Playtime. Thanks for coming in, man. It was fun. Anytime, more than welcome coming in. If, of course, I know you got a family and all that, but if you're ever bored and you're having any insomniac issues on Friday night, come on over, man. You can join us in on the panel if you'd like. My target peg stocked with Snake Face and Dragon Blaster Skeletor. Yep, that's it. It's funny because I've been seeing them a lot on the Facebook groups, and the last time I ended up finding any of those was at Ross. I found a Snake Face. I found the Dragon Blaster and King Hiss. I found those at Ross. And then what's even funnier is I went over to DD's around the same time. It was probably around the Christmas, rush stuff. I went over to DD's and I found the old deluxe battle armor He-Man and Skeletor Origins. So like that old one, and it was at DD's for $5. So I gotta get a scanner gear. I'm just learning digital sculpting. Yeah, dude. Yes, I agree. I mean, I want to do the same thing. I just need to smack myself. Like I said, same thing. I keep talking about trying to do that 3D printer for the PLA. Like I need to get it done. I do really want to learn the software. Like Blender is one. Nomad Sculpt. I have a Nomad on my tablet. I need to sit down and learn, because that would be the only thing I ever made from scratch. I made a mirror for Grayskull, and I made it from scratch because I actually used just the shapes from Mesh Mixer, and I made it myself, pulled out the thing, and I made the shape of a mirror, and I put the little horns on it, and I made the stand and everything. The only thing I added to it that was different was I added the little logo from Grayskull's door, and then I put here, I'll show you real quick. So this it's janky, but this I made from, you can kind of see how it's a little wobbly, it's a little whatever, but I put the logo down there for Grayskull, and you can even see how it's not a high resolution piece. You can see those lines there. I just thought I'd try something, and it's not straight, it's not perfect, but if someone walked by, they wouldn't be able to tell, right? And so I was able to make that from scratch. I made the loop, I even made the post, and I did everything on my own. But that was just on Mesh Mixer. And like I said, it's kind of wonky, but it's okay. The Sagittar, that's another one by Aliencito. Seriously, like he made it to where the torso bend is there. And then he's got the other multiple arms connected and all that. So it looks great, man. How about the Sagittar? See, one for him, one for Home Arcade. Yeah. So the assembly stuff. Okay. And it looks like it, the way that they have it set up. I mean, it looks like obviously that we can get it done, but it does look like it's a little bit tougher. Because those little tight spaces with resin is tough. You got to do the right amount of heat, not too much. You got to do the right amount of tension, not too much. That's a good thing. I want him to do a second New Adventure Skeleton. Love that body. Yeah. I mean, he had 3 different looks, right? He had 3 separate looks in that one. And that one with that big skull on the armor, where the glow in the dark and all that stuff. Yeah, that's really cool. And that helmet, yeah, with the hair behind, it was crazy. How's the head look on the classic Snow Adventure Skeletor body? Oh yeah. Do I even have him up there? I think he might. I don't know where he's at. You know what, dude? I'll find it. I'll take a picture for you to let you know what it looks like. Because he's a little stout, right? He's more of a stout, wider figure than this. That's why I really like this one, because the way that they made it, he's taller. He's got that. He's more of a slender figure. The other one is just even his traps go like halfway out his arm. But yeah, I will find it. I'll take a picture for you. Yeah, that's it, dude. He is. Master did an excellent job on the new adventure figures. Classics gave us the premium deco, but Masterverse gave us figures that look more like the vintage new adventures artwork. And yeah, animation. I agree. And granted, I will still say, yes, I love the classics line. I absolutely love it. I didn't make it in time to get all of them like a lot of people did. I was never involved in the Maddie Collector. I never had any of that stuff where I was able to partake in the monthly, new figures. But for the most part, I was able to cherry pick the line, get what I wanted, whether it be Facebook groups. Like if somebody's offloading their whole collection, a lot of times you end up finding like the deeper dives for 30, 25. You get those for a lot cheaper, because obviously when they're selling their high dollar ones like Beastman or like the Fisto, then when you find something like, I don't know, like even Chakotay or the faceless one or the Icer, like all of those are cheaper because obviously they know the value of those really high dollar ones. Other ones they just kind of let go, trying to get rid of them, so they kind of price them to go. So those are definitely ones that I found during those people dropping their sets. And sometimes people just got into a rut and they needed to get them done. Like that's what I'm kind of starting to do now, is to sell off some of the stuff that I had doubles of, because yeah, I'm in that position where I kind of need to. So my love for collecting and my addiction for collecting is not going away, but I need to make sure and get my bills paid first. So, but anywho, so yeah, this was fun, guys. Welcome. Thank you, Stanley. The Serpentor is a hybrid iguana. Serpentor? Yeah, well, he comes with that new battle armor. I was gonna say Skeletor, battle armor Cobra Commander, right? So, but anyway, so sorry about that whole thing. Like I said, I mean, it's not nothing on anybody else but me. It's my own fault, and it's on me. So next week I'll have the new chat rules in there as far as the super chats go. So we'll do top 3, and then we'll do the wheel on the top super chatters for the 2-hour time frame. We'll probably cut it about 10 minutes early. We'll start the wheel, or maybe 15 minutes before we end the stream. I'll do the wheel of the top super chats. But like Mikey had said earlier, they took the super chats off because I had a little issue with, I didn't realize I hadn't put in my tax information, and I didn't realize that I didn't have my bank account in there. I thought I did, but apparently I did not. So I had to go through and I had to get the deposit to confirm my bank account and to confirm with my driver's license and stuff for my taxes. So that is all taken care of. So next week, I'm sure everything will be back to normal. But because I did it so late in the afternoon today, it didn't allow the super chats to go on during this one. So, but in any case, I would like to thank everyone for joining me. It was such a fun time. I mean, it's these 2 hours go by so fast, just because I enjoy it so much. You guys are a blast to hang out with. And I really like to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You guys keep me busy, keep me entertained, and keep me just going. You know what? Things are tough in life. You just try to, have a little bit of time where you can kind of ignore that stuff and have fun with everybody. So again, I would like to thank you, and we will be back again at the same time next week. So I would just have to say we'll see you at the same time. But in the meantime, guys, please stay out of the streets.
There we are. Oh, I'm so glad you all stopped by. I hope you had fun today. Yes. Don't forget, sometime during the day, go over to Mother, put your arm around her, hug her, and give her a big kiss and say, I love you, Mother. And when Daddy comes home from work, do the same thing. And don't forget to pick up your toys when you're through playing with them. Oh, did you kids have a lot of fun today? Oh, I'm glad. glad you did. We're going to have to say bye-bye now. We'll see you about the same time. In the meantime, please stay out on the streets. Bye-bye.